Hey everyone, I'm back. Thank you so much for being patient. I know I was supposed to have this video in yesterday, but some things came up. I couldn't get to it on yesterday, and I'm about to go to work, so I wanted to try to get this done before my workday started, which my workday started at 8, it's 9. Well, whatever, it'll be fine. Um, so let's talk about the first, I guess the first step in the Do Your Big One challenge. And side note, if you all have another, name that you'd like to call this challenge or something that rolls off the tongue a little easier, let me know. I have a particular reason that I chose that, Do Your Big One, because I really want next year to be big for all of us. And I think that it really can be. So that's why I picked that. But anyway, that's just a little side note. If you come up with something, like, let me know. But as far as the first step, right? The first thing that I do to set the tone for the month is I'll start off by cleansing. Okay. And for those of you who have done the intention setting workshop, not the worksheet, but for those of you who did the intention setting workshop with me, you know that is like it's not the most important, but it's a foundational step in doing any type of, ritual, right? Which is essentially what we're doing, whatever. And the reason for that is when you have, cleansing helps energy move easier, right? So if you think about, when you're looking in a room, that's an example. That's a great example, right? So a room that's full of clutter will look darker even when the windows are open, right? So I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but when you clean up a house and you have your windows open, it looks brighter, even though you had your windows open when it was junk all over the place. And the reason for that is the energy, the light is able to move and flow easier, right? When there's clutter around, when there's, dust around, all of those things, that traps the energy, right? And it stagnates it. So when we're cleansing, we're giving our energy the opportunity to move more freely. Okay. And anything is going to search for the path of least resistance. Okay. And so that's one of the reasons why we're going to start with the cleansing. But we're starting with the cleansing, not just, our aura, which is a lot of people, about like auric cleansing and that sort of thing. But we're going to do a cleansing of the body, mind, our physical environment, and our spiritual environment. Okay. So we're going to cleanse all of these different areas. So let's talk through really quick. And I may do another video just to show you all, like, kind of in depth how I do these cleanses myself. But I'll have to do that later because I don't have the tools and everything to show you right now. But I'll try to talk through them now. And then, when I actually do them for myself, because I'll be doing this step today. When I'm doing this step today, I'll do some videos of like what it is that I'm doing and then share that with you. So let's start with, cleansing your body. This is just taking a bath. I know, right? I know, but it's really just taking a bath and getting your body, cleaned. A lot of people, want to do like spiritual baths and that's cool and everything, right? Like you can do a spiritual bath, which, what's going on? See, Tamar was talking about my eyebrows and now I didn't color this one in and it's starting to annoy me. So let me put some hair over it. I'm sorry, y'all. That's really getting on my nerves. And I shouldn't do this. I try not to do this in these videos, but I'm a Pisces, so my brain, it just kind of flutters. Anyway, okay. What was I saying? So like we're gonna talk about like spiritual baths and all of that, during this step. But before doing a spiritual bath, you want to just clean your body first. So, if you just haven't taken a bath today or whatever, do that. That would be a really good start. To take a shower before doing any type of spiritual bath, before, doing any type of like auric cleansing or anything like that, right? So, start off with a clean body. That should go without saying, but I'm gonna say it. And then we want to focus on our physical environment. So you want to clean up your house, right? Clean up your house. You cannot work powerfully in mess and clutter. And there are countless studies that I could share with you all, just on productivity and clutter, right? Like it's a thing. So you want to make sure that you have your house physically cleaned, right? So pick up all of the clothes off the floor, wash them. You know what I'm saying? Wash them if you can. Um, you know, Vacuum the floors, get the dust off, out of the crevices and all of that so that your space feels clean. Okay. And I know these are a lot of steps, but this is I put it all in one because it's all, we're all mind, body, and spirit, and the physical environment, all of that is connected. So we want to make sure that we, are doing it all at the same time. So I know it sounds like a lot, but you're going to cleanse your physical body, you're going to cleanse your physical space as well, right? And this is a really good time to throw out, things that you can. And this is something you can do throughout the month. So you don't have to necessarily focus on this today. But if you see some things that you haven't used in 3 years, you didn't even know it was in there, like, come on, throw it out. Okay. And when you're throwing it out, think of, throw it out in gratitude. Like, I really enjoyed this sweater. I really enjoyed this dress, but I'm moving into a different space where I'm going to be drawing in more things and I have to make room for those things. So if you can donate those, that would be great. But if it's just trash, throw it out, right? Okay, so don't be afraid to, or don't be anxious about actually getting rid of things while you're doing this, okay? And then you also want to start a mental cleanse. Now, this might be a little hard on. This might be one that y'all might not want to give up, but it's going to be important, okay? So social media is going to have to go. Or at least you're going to have to limit it. Okay. So if you don't want to let go of social media, or if you're making your money off of social media and everything, like, no, I get it. Cause that's why, for a lot of the years, I didn't get off of Facebook because I had the Glow group and I wanted to make sure I was still maintaining that. So I get it if you can't completely step away from social media, but limit it, right? Maybe take the app off of your phone and just log into it when you're ready to, so you're not aimlessly scrolling on it all day. And the reason for that is you want to protect the things that you're taking in to your mind as you're adjusting, as you're getting ready, as you're, working through some of the other things that we're going to be working on. So we want to make space in our mind, just like we're making space in our home for the new things. We have to make space in our mind for the new things. You're going to find, as we're going through this exercise this month, you're going to start receiving so many just what you're going to feel like are outlandish ideas, and you have to be able to capture those. If you've got, what the Housewives of Atlanta is doing, or what's the girl named Kershawn and Blueface or whatever, I don't know. If you got all of that kind of like floating around in your mind, you don't have room for new thoughts to come in. And so it's really, really important that you that you take this step to do more of a mental cleanse, right? This is also going to mean that you're protecting what you read and what you listen. As you are working towards, working throughout this month, you're going to set certain goals. There are certain things that you're going to say, hey, I want to draw this and this into my life. And everything that you put into your body has to correspond with that. Okay, so when in the book The Kabbalion, which I next time I will bring it up here, but in the book The Kabbalion, there's a law of there's the law of correspondence, right? And this basically corresponds with the saying, you probably have heard it before, as above so below. So basically everything that happens in the heavens, right, in the spiritual realm, actually also happens in the physical realm. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're protecting what it is that you are that you're listening to, and that the music that that you have playing, the things that you're reading, all of the things that you're interacting with from a mental place also corresponds with the direction that you're going into. I'll give you a tip. One of the things, when I was started to work on just improving like my self-esteem, my self-worth, all of those things, I went on a block tour. Okay, and what I mean by that is when I was on social media, if people were saying things that I felt did not align with what I thought about myself, like, all black women are this and all black women are that and black women this and da da da, they got blocked. They got blocked because I did not want to battle with, is this true? Like, is it true? I didn't want to battle with it. And so, again, as we move along, we're going to, do a lot of work with reinforcing what it is that we are calling into our lives. That's a really big component of this, is like reinforcement and setting boundaries, but not just with people, but with things, with energies, with feelings, with emotions, like things that trigger you. Like it could be, if a tree makes me feel bad about myself, I'm going to cut it down. Okay. So so that's kind of the spirit and like where that's coming from. And then also, no gossip. Okay, this might be a hard one. This might be a hard one for some of us, but try to limit the gossip this month, right? Gossip is a negative energy. It carries heavy energy, right? And it also stagnates and blocks energy. And the reason for that is your creative energy is going towards the thing that you're gossiping about. And a lot of the times when people are gossiping, it's coming from, a number of different places, but sometimes it could be really coming from jealousy and you might not realize it. You might just think, oh, I'm just talking about such and such or whatever. But the deep rooted, like the actual foundation of that could be coming from a place of jealousy. And the thing about jealousy, we're going to talk about this later on as well. When you are jealous of someone, you are manifesting for those individuals, right? What happens is when you are operating out of jealousy, you're actually manifesting for other people because you're reinforcing. So jealousy comes from a place of feeling inadequate. It comes from a place of feeling that someone's better than you, right? And you are absolutely reinforcing that, right? So you're manifesting on their behalf and taking away from your own, manifesting, whatever those inadequate feelings are for yourself. So we want to make sure that we keep that in check. It's not going to be helpful as we move throughout this practice. And once you get your body cleaned, you get your physical environment cleaned, then you want to move on to your spiritual environment. And this is where you want to do like some aura cleansing, like a salt bath. If you work with like, sage or Palo Santo or, Florida water, blessed oil, anointed oil, right? Holy water, if you have that. Whatever it is that you use to cleanse yourself spiritually, then you want to do that as well. Okay. And like I said, so one of the things that I do is I'll do a salt bath. And if you're kind of new to this, I would just stick with plain old sea salt. Okay. Go to the store. Morton's has a sea salt that doesn't have a caking agent in it. So you gotta, when you go to the store and you look at the ingredients, make sure it only says sea salt on it. And you can also use Himalayan sea salt, which I actually really like because that brings also like a higher vibrational energy with it, because it corresponds with like rose quartz. I would get one of those types of sea salts without any caking agent. So again, make sure that the ingredients only say salt. Sprinkle that in your bath, and as you're taking the bath, just kind of envision all of, the negative energies just dissipating, right? Salt is a neutralizer, okay? And this is the reason why salt is used for a lot of things. But there's if you look up, there are also studies, right, from a scientific standpoint, that talk about how salt can is it ionize, but basically it neutralizes the energies around it, right? So this is why a lot of people use salt to trap negative energies. You might hear like hoodoo priestesses and stuff, whatever, talking about that sort of thing, whatever. This is why like your mom wants to keep salt in the house, because it will neutralize negative energy. So when you're taking the bath, and just sprinkle some salt in there and envision it neutralizing your negative energy. That's okay. See, sometimes I get reminded. So when you go to like the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean or wherever, right? When you go to a saltwater body, a lot of people get out of the ocean just feeling completely refreshed. Have you ever gone into the ocean and come out and you just felt completely refreshed? That's because of the salt content. It's cleansing. Seas are cleansing, okay? So make sure that you're doing that you do that. One of the things that I also will do is I will cleanse the energy in my house, okay? Again, you can use Palo Santo, you can use sage, something like that. What I do is I have my own little mixture, and this is what I'll make a video on later so that you all can see it. But I'll do a little mixture with some, what am I saying? Oh, Florida water. All right, so I have Florida water, regular distilled water, Florida water, ammonia, and then lemon juice. Right? So I take this and I make this mixture, put it in a spray bottle, and I spray it all around my house, right? The scent of Florida water is kind of made like that anyway, so it's kind of another version of Florida water. I just like to also add the Florida water in there. But Florida water, negative energies, negative spirits, if you would, negativity does not like the smell of Florida water, ammonia, and lemon, right? So even if you don't have all three, 2 out of the 3 will be good. If you only have one, then one would be sufficient, really, okay? But the reason is you want to take the Florida water, put it in a spray bottle, and just spray it all around your house. Spray it all around your house. And, some people say to open a window, open a door, something like that, to let the negative energy out. You can do that. I don't always do that, but you can do that. The negative energy, if it's going to find a way to get out if it doesn't like where, what I'm saying, what's going on. But if you feel better by opening the door, feel free to do that. But yeah, so I've been on here. I knew this was going to be a little bit of a longer video. I've been on here for about 20 minutes now. So here's what I'd like for you all to do. Oh, and thank you, H.E.R, for, bringing to my attention that we needed to have notifications. So for those of you who are visiting this from the web, from the web page, download the app, because if you download the app, whenever I post another video and you're subscribed, you will get a message or you will get a notification that another video has been uploaded, okay? If you have questions, comment on this video. And in the Patreon, You know, if you want to comment on YouTube, feel free to do so. I'll be checking both pages, but comment on the Patreon, and then I'll be checking back to comment there. Periodically. After this, just to give you all a heads up, so we're going to focus on this for probably about 2, maybe 3 days to do the cleansing, because the thing about it is sometimes when you start cleansing, it actually takes a lot of energy out of you. And so you might not be able to do all of this all at one time. And I don't want you to even really, you know what I'm saying, to try it. If you can, great. If not, don't push yourself. So we'll work over the next 3 days doing all of this cleansing, okay, of mind, body, and spirit and physical space. And after that, we're going to start working on our reflection. You're going to want to get a journal, an unused journal that you're going to dedicate specifically to your reflection activities, okay? And also, if you can, grab some fallen leaves, some leaves that fell from the fall. That if there's still, any outside, if not, not a big deal. But there's a practice that I like to do that involves the fall leaves. So grab those if you can. But if not, just get you a journal. Eventually, I'll have some of these journals too for you all to get from me, but I don't right now. So go ahead and go to Walmart, go to Walgreens, get you a cute little journal that says whatever, some little cute saying on the front, and make sure that you dedicate it specifically to your 2024. We're going to do some reflective exercises in that, and that'll be our next step after these next 2 or 3 days. So thank you all. Again, thank you for being patient as I'm getting these videos and everything together. Really, really appreciate that. I am looking forward to continuing this journey with you for the rest of the month. So any questions, comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.